Welcome, dear students, once again in my channel. We are dealing with the animal diversity third. In this paper, we have discussed up to the characters of Pisces. Now, in today's lectures, we will discuss the two important classes or two important groups of class Pisces or that series Pisces, which includes the cartilaginous and bony fishes. So these are the two important groups in these Pisces. On the basis of the certain characters, these two groups are to be made: cartilaginous fish as well as bony fish. In this today's lectures, we will see the difference between cartilaginous and bony fishes. So let's see the difference character of these cartilaginous and bony fishes. If we see the habitat, these cartilaginous fish are mostly marine, while these bony fishes are marine as well as freshwater. But there is another term in zoology. These cartilaginous fish are called as these chondrichthyes fishes, and the bony fishes are called as osteichthyes. And generally, this there is a separate branch for the study of Pisces, which is called as ichthyology, which deals with the study of Pisces or fishes. And these chondrichthyes are cartilaginous, while the osteichthyes are bony fishes. So in habitat, these cartilaginous are marine, and these osteichthyes are marine as well as freshwater. If we consider the shape, these chondrichthyes are usually dorsoventrally flat, but in some cases they also having the spindle-like structure. In case of these osteichthyes, they are usually bilaterally flattened or generally having some this laterally compressed structure. If we see the caudal fin, these chondrichthyes are having heterocircle tail fin, and osteichthyes are having homocircle or diaphyseal tail fin. If we see the pelvic fin, in case of chondrichthyes, it is usually posterior, and in case of osteichthyes, it is usually anterior and sometimes posterior. So this is difference regarding the pelvic fin. If we see the mouth opening, in case of chondrichthyes, like in case of shark, they are having the ventral on the head, they are having the large and crescentic mouth. But in case of osteichthyes, they are having terminal mouth on the head and variable in size. So mouth is having the variable sizes. If we see the gill opening, in case of chondrichthyes, they are usually having 5 pairs of naked gill slits, and that is without operculum. Protective covering is absent over the gills. Gill slits are directly open to the exterior. But in case of osteichthyes, 5 pairs of gill slits are covered by operculum. That is protective covering over the gill slits. This is in case of this osteichthyes. If we see the spiracles, in case of chondrichthyes, usually first gill slits become a spiracles which opens just behind eyes. In case of osteichthyes or bony fishes, spiracles are absent. If you see the next feature, that is cloaca, in chondrichthyes, it is between two pelvic fins, lie mid-ventrally, and in osteichthyes, cloaca absent, anus, urinary and genital apertures open separately. So as you know, cloaca, it is a common opening for these three purposes. If we see the exoskeleton in cartilaginous fish, it is a separate dermal placoid scales. In ostrich or these bony fishes, they are having overlapping dermal, cosmoid, canoid, cycloid or ctenoid scales. If you see the endoskeleton, which is completely cartilaginous in cartilaginous fish, and in case of bony fish, it is mostly bone. If you see the stomach, in cartilaginous fish, it is a typically J shape, and in bony fish, it is having the variable shape, and in some cases, it is absent. If you see the intestine, in case of cartilaginous fish, they are having short with an internal fold of this, also called as a scroll walls in lumen in cartilaginous fish, but in bony fish they are having the long without scroll walls. So that is scroll wall, which is a peculiar one, which increase the area for absorption because it is having the short intestine. But in case of bony fish, they are having the long intestine, so there is no need to this scroll wall. If we see the rectal gland, which is present in cartilaginous fish and it is absent in bony fish. If we see the liver, in cartilaginous fish, they are having generally 2 lobes of liver, but in bony fish, they are generally having 3 lobes of liver. If we see about the air bladder, in case of cartilaginous fish, the air bladder is absent, but in bony fish it is present. Bony fishes are highly developed fishes as compared to the cartilaginous fish. If you see the conus arteriosus, it is a part of heart which is present in this cartilaginous fish, but it is absent in bony fish. If you see the brain, in cartilaginous fish, the brain is primitive with large olfactory lobes. Olfactory lobes are highly developed in cartilaginous fish. That's why the sense of smell is well developed in cartilaginous fish. But these kinds of this cerebrum, which is not going to divide into this cerebral hemispheres. In case of bony fish, they are having advanced brain with smaller olfactory lobe, and the cerebrum divided into 2 lobes of this cerebral hemispheres. In case of ampulla of Lorenzini, which detect the temperature of water, that is again sensory organ presents at the snout regions, which is present in cartilaginous fish and absent in bony fish. Then if we see about the fertilization, in case of this chondrichthyes, they are having internal fertilization, but in case of ostrichthyes, they are having external fertilizations, which is in water. Then about the eggs, in cartilaginous fish, they lay a few eggs. They are having the large size with much yolk for nourishment of the embryo. But in case of bony fish, they lay the number of eggs which are small in size and with less yolk. If you see the development feature, in case of cartilaginous fishes, they are having internal development in ovoviviparous types, externally inside egg case in oviparous type. In case of bony fish, they are having usually external without an egg case. So these are some distinguishing characters in between chondrichthyes, that is cartilaginous fishes, and ostrichthyes, that is bony fishes. These are the two important groups in this class Pisces. And if we see the example of these fishes, how the fish look like. So these are the two representative examples from cartilaginous as well as bony fish. So this is about the structure they have. The scales are just visible, that is cycloid, ganoid, or it may be ctenoid in case of bony fish, but in case of cartilaginous fish they are placoid type. And in case of caudal fin, it is heterocircle in cartilaginous fish, while it is homocircle or diphasercal in bony fish. And if you see the mouth, which is ventral in cartilaginous fish, and it is a terminal in case of bony fish. If we see the gill slits, we can just count the gills, and the gills are visible externally in case of cartilaginous fish because the protective covering, that is operculum, is absent. But in case of bony fish, the gill slits are under this protective covering, that is operculum. So these are some distinguishing characters between cartilaginous and bony fish. Hope you understood all these characters. Still having any doubts or the query, please feel free to write into comment box. And thank you very much for watching the entire video.